doesn't yell at me anymore.
God.
Yeah,
All
mine
right.
doesn't scream at me now that I have a different computer.
The name.
Oh shit! Oh no, I am Belvin still.
Well, welcome back, guys. A month has passed in real life. No, yeah, and a month has passed in game. You've just been like, everyone's just been
Just
like,
frozen.
you've become a tourist attraction.
The murderer is just trying to stab us continuously every night.
Doesn't work though. It's called plot armor.
Weird.
Yeah, because
So,
PCs
yeah.
have plot armor. Come on now.
What the fuck happened last time, guys?
Oh, it's not that month. It's 10/15. Hang on.
Everyone is suspicious.
Everyone is a suspect.
I made enemies with the sheriff momentarily.
We're back on good terms, kind of.
Kind of.
We went to the doctor's house and we found out that she's a recluse, that she doesn't have a lot of stuff, which is weird. She had a lot of money upstairs before it
She's probably a drug lord.
I don't know. It was just one jar, so maybe not a drug lord. Maybe a drug lord.
I'm still trying to decide if the thing that was under the bed was actually like a money stash or if it was a claymore that was like designed to shoot hot shit at people. And for some reason she chose platinum coins as the projectiles.
She's just
We
like
got
one of those
Fireball.
like I have no use for money type people.
Yeah. So instead she
I
shoots it at you.
I already got my scary crypt in
that.
the basement of Magic Wall. I'll just shoot money at people.
Yes, that. We found out how everybody, well, we didn't find out how everybody had died. We found the bodies and they all had red puffy eyes, mouth and throat swelling, and purple tongues, indicating that they had all been killed in the same way. At
They
this
all
point,
died at home.
yes. At this point, we have come to suspect some kind of poison because they've been eating, or the two of them have been eating. I think we found a lot of drugs at the other guy. Where is he? Shit. Mephian. Jesus Christ.
The guy in Navardo.
Mayfanis Keenan. There we go. I was like, I can't tell if this is an X or an N.
I was not gonna help you guys on that.
I know
one.
you weren't. And then in parentheses under that, I have slave trade, sex trade.
Yeah. He wanted
They
to
all were doing
sex trafficking
sketchy
ring.
shit.
Yeah. We're unclear on what Mr. Figs was doing, as far as I am aware.
It's a farmhand. That's all we know.
Right.
He could have been said sketchy. Who knows?
You were told by the farmer that there are rumors, you know, as with everyone in town, there are rumors circulating, but no hard evidence to support them. Is what you were told. So, and she doesn't want to, like, you know, engage in that kind of thing.
In Nevada, we found the business ledger that said he locked down the old bag. Might have to bring in a little more gold to smooth over Simeon.
Mhm.
I still think it's Wendy. That's right. I'm suspicious.
I don't remember
Everyone's
where this
gotta
came.
drink something.
Yeah, you're right. I don't remember where this came from, but I have written down recurring order for MYMO.
I have that written down too.
I
For
think
Rick, for Rick's silver brace.
Okay, there we go. I was like, I don't remember where the fuck that was, but it happened.
And then Marla Wainthrope.
It was in So here, hang on.
I'm a fan of the fact that my notes give me about as much information as Belbin could retain at any given point.
So
like, I'm not taking notes for me, apparently.
You're taking notes as Belbin.
Yes. If that boy ever took out a
role play
notebook.
accurate notes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's why Travis didn't take notes for the full first season.
The recurring orders for MYMO was found in the doctor's diary, and it was recurring orders coming in from payments going out from her to Rick Silverbrace for shipments of whatever this was.
Question mark.
You also found several jars of banned substances in different
The
forms.
good kush.
The good stuff.
Mythromoss.
Yeah, the good stuff. You found several jars of the good stuff. And I believe a connection was made there. I'm not gonna completely remind you if you guys can't remember, because that's fun. But yeah. Then you were asking about Marla Wainthrope.
Oh no, we just found out that she was seeing the doctor regularly for probably PTSD treatment.
And she was a veggie farmer, is what I have written down. That is the
true.
important piece of information that I decided to keep.
This
Also,
is super important.
Mother of the sheriff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and the mithril moss was it's only grown. That was the connection, wasn't it? That it's only grown in certain
like in
places. The only person that we
wetlands or
know
something.
Ah,
would grow it is the dude who you bought cigarettes from
yes.
in the area. Oh, I don't like the smile.
But the doctor did research on cadavers and was also studying the whitestone sediment in the soil. And I'm like, she's got to be. Somebody gave her money for that. Somebody important. I don't know.
Everyone's fucking crooked, man.
Well, after the explosion,
What
several
explosion? There
things
was no
were
explosion.
saved.
There's no explosion.
After
There's
the
no Warren
explosion,
Buffett say.
several things were saved. Your lives, for one.
She needs those.
Barely. But Belle fearlessly and selflessly ran back into the burning building and saved both the autopsy files, the containers of drugs, as well as the doctor's personal diary.
Mhm.
So those are all things that you have on hand and you can put in your inventory if you'd like, or but
Drugs.
those are all things that you can refer to for reference.
And also Whitmore sent us to get that research from the doctor lady too.
And nobody was looking for research.
Ella fucking sketchy.
Nobody was looking for research.
No
one was looking. I'm just saying it's weird.
I genuinely forgot that. So
yeah,
until
we were gonna
Max
go
said it
see
well after.
Grandma
Or
Linda.
Alex.
So yeah, the plan that you guys came to finish up was you guys were gonna head to you guys were going to head to Strong Brows Strong Brews to check in with Wendy about where Grandma Linda was, and hopefully getting something to eat there too, because Belle was hungry, as usual.
He's always hungry.
Right. So
How you gonna not be?
So we pick up as you guys are making your way through the streets of Flatborough towards the large and gaudy structure of Strong Brow Strong Brews Tavern. You head in through the double swinging doors. It's around 1:15 in the afternoon at this point. There are 3 or 4 customers in there, sparsed out. There's 2 people at one table, and then one person at another, and one person at another, all kind of spread out across the room. One person's at the bar, just kind of slumped over. You see Wendy behind the bar. It looks like she's wiping down some things. A quick make a perception check. Anyone who wants to keep their eyes open.
No.
Plus 6.
Couldn't be
cool.
me.
24.
Okay. Scylla, you immediately, with a quick scan of the room, see the triplets playing over in a corner. They looks like they have like some sort of they're engrossed in some sort of like dice game.
Oh, it's so weird. One of them is missing.
Little shit. um yeah. Nautabella is currently nowhere to be seen.
I would
you
like
guys
to
like to
sit
do?
down, please, and thank you.
It's been an eventful day.
It has been an eventful day.
Wendy sees you all walk in and kind of waves at you and walks over to your table and says, hello, it's good to see you all again. You look a little worse for wear. Is everything all right?
Wendy, is there a place to wash up in this facility?
Yes, there's a room in the back with a basin. Just go through there, and she points to a door near the back.
Thank you. I stick my finger in my mouth and wipe it across my forehead, and there's just a clean line where like the soot is.
Oh dear, that is you guys
Thank
were
you.
right in the middle of it, huh?
Uh-huh.
Just a little bit on
Yeah.
fire. It's okay.
Right. Well, drinks, I'm guessing.
No,
please.
not today. We actually came to ask you, where does Grandma Linda live exactly?
Oh, you're going to visit Grandma Linda. Well, that's good. She is in her cottage is a little outside of town. If you go through, if you you go past Simeon's orchard and through through his trees into where it meets with the forest, and then there's a small path that will lead you to her cottage. Shouldn't be, it's not more than like maybe a 15-20 minute walk.
Follow-up question: where is Simeon's orchard?
Oh, that's down on the down on the western end of town.
Through his trees. He's not gonna shoot us if he's like.
I would
No.
suggest making yourselves known before. If you're going to go through, make yourselves known. Otherwise, maybe go around. And if you go around, maybe give it a very wide berth.
Hmm.
I don't like this man.
Can we just go, hey, we're friends with Boulder Dash, and then like walk on through? Or
Hey, that will not make any difference to him.
fair enough. Okay.
Stealth.
Is
Thank
he
you.
like a crazy old man who's gonna think that we're there to steal his food, or are we just is he just all right with people?
He will probably think you're there to rob him, but
Is he a good shot?
That's a good question.
when
He sounds old.
when he wants to be.
Maybe we just go around.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a grumpy old codger, but he's harmless. He's got he's harmless as long as you know how to deal with him.
You
a
know,
pretty big
if you're
caveat there.
warning people that they could get shot if they accidentally go on this land, I don't think that's the definition of harmless.
I'm giving you
in my
fair
opinion.
warning. Come on, you're
that-
smart people. I expect more of you. Come on.
I'm just saying that maybe it's not the right definition, harmless.
Yeah. All right.
Extremely volatile, maybe it might be
He
a
is
better
quite
definition.
volatile. That is for sure.
Oh, Wendy, could you settle something for me?
Of course.
You have 3 brothers, right?
4.
I told you, see?
Making a quick deception check. Make an insight check if you'd like.
Uh, 11.
Stone cold. She is telling the truth.
Oh shit! I just didn't see him. I guess.
Oh yes, it's Wedris. It's Wedris Wevit. Shit. Hold on.
Pause for names.
Every time.
Wedris, Webbit, Westook.
Every time. Yes, Webbit, Westook, Wedris, and William.
See, I told you. You thought I was making it up? You think so ill of me that I would lie?
You would absolutely fucking lie. What do you mean?
Wow, that is quite It's quite disappointing for friends to not have faith in each other.
So if you just yell,
I
wah,
know,
wah,
right?
wah, do they all show up, or is that not really a thing that happens?
Check this out. And she straightens up and barks out something in Dwarvish, and you see all three boys zip up and run to her side and just fall in like perfect attention. Just zip.
Hey, yo, I
And-
speak Dwarvish. What did she say?
oh, she said, "Boys." That's all she said. She just barked
So-
out, "Boys."
Just to start to a musical number.
Yeah.
Oh, is the fourth one getting his ass kicked or something like that later then?
Where is your brother? And they all like look at her. She gives them kind of like she gives them a sort of semi-obvious wink, and they go, "We don't know." Like in unison, all three of them.
Oh no.
It's like, and she goes, "Go find him," and they all go running off. I have them pretty well trained.
Do they answer to your mother like that, or just you?
Uh, it- I answered to my mother like that, so more like
Don't have to.
more like I answered to my father like that, and then I answered to my mother like that after he dipped.
I understand that.
Yikes.
Not a loss, not a big loss for any of us.
You know, sometimes it just do be like that.
Old man drank half of what we brewed. But anyway, I should say. Anything else I could help you with? Do you want food, drinks, anything to go?
Bread.
No drinks. No, I think we're all right.
Bread.
Okay. Do you want me to blacklist you for a few days?
No,
Please.
please no.
Okay.
I
Yvain,
would appreciate if you did after.
Please
after
no.
this.
Yvain blacklisted. Belbin, you could convince me. And she just says, "Okay, just 1 second," and she runs to the back and like after is like gone for like 2 minutes, and then runs back and she has like a little like wrapped up piece of cloth and just a couple sandwiches for the road.
Oh.
Wendy, you're my favorite person in this entire town. Oh my god.
You're not too bad yourself, and she kind of cuffs you in the ear.
You're gonna want to wash your hands after that one. Before
I
you
know.
touch any more food.
I know. All right.
Okay.
Anything else? I got to get back to work. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. You've been awesome.
All right. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
I'm going to go wash myself, at least the face area.
Yeah, I'll say you all take a second to like go to the back and kind of like scrub up. So you guys are all right.
I'll take a few minutes to mend any clothes that have like burn marks in them.
Okay. Cool. All right. You guys are looking much better now, at least.
I know we have enough money
Outwardly.
to get new clothes, but there's no point in getting new clothes if I can just fix them.
I don't
True,
want new
true.
clothes. I like my clothes.
I like my clothes too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like my clothes too. It's just the way you face. Okay, so where to? What's up? What are you doing?
Do you think we should talk to Simeon?
Oh, we almost definitely have to talk to Simeon. Do we want to deal with Simeon now or after we go talk to the old lady?
Nice old lady, man who will shoot us.
We do not know if she's nice.
I
Oh,
thought
Wendy
she
said
was nice.
All right. Listen, every old woman I've ever met has been fucking terrifying. So
Why have you been meeting so many mean grandmothers?
Your grandmother will somehow remember that.
she's crazy.
So here's the thing, right? I feel like no matter what we do in talking to Simeon, he's going to think we're here to rob him in one capacity or another. Like, even if we not walk up to his front door and knock and go, "Hello, we're here investigating a series of murders," he's going to somehow spin that too. "You're here invading the city to take my crops." And then he's going to be mad at us anyway, and he'll have us on his front doorstep instead. I think maybe if we go talk to Linda, who seems to be a bit more amenable, first, she can like put in a good word and say, "Hey, they're not here to run you out of town or murder you or steal your dog.
I mean,
I
we
don't
can
know.
always take the sheriff with us when we go to
I thought
Simeon.
you were gonna say take the dog.
Oh,
Take
actually,
the dog.
no.
It's my dog now.
Speaking of which,
Oh.
don't forget your cat dog
It's dead.
It's dead.
back
Yeah,
in
they're gone.
back in the thing in
Rip
the little
Ellie.
tablet.
I've been
And
like,
you have unlocked more animal combinations.
More forms.
You now have like I'm basically just giving you like small mammals, small pet mammals. You may combine two.
Alex, you bought the skin pack? My God.
apparently. Okay, I'll have to make something new.
But bird cannot be bigger than like if you do a bird, it can't be like a hawk or something. It has to be like a smaller bird.
Okay, I'll think of something. I have like a week until I can do it again. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Use
it's
that
not
time.
going to be soon.
Use that time.
R.I.P. Ellie.
So
Rip in peace, Ellie.
well, it's still Ellie. It's still the same
Ellie.
spirit.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but Ellie's ripped in peace right now. So
it's true. Got blown the fuck up.
She's got the little X eyes and
There's a
Wait,
little
where are we
spirit
trying to
like,
go then?
over my head.
Grandma Linda, then.
Grandma Linda.
Yeah, we'll just go around the trees.
Where
Hi-ho,
did the
hi-ho.
sheriff go, by the way?
Sheriff
Was
is
he off to
dealing
do
with
something?
the explosion
I
and
didn't say the
aftermath.
The sheriff is
Ah,
dealing
yeah,
with like
The aftermath
that
of
we
your
did.
fuck up.
So let's go to Grandma Linda and then we can come back and get her and make sure the guy doesn't try to shoot us. Because I will hit him back if he tries to shoot me. So I don't know if elder abuse I would like to add to my list of things I have done. Just personally.
Is it really abuse if it's a self-defense though?
That's true. You know what? We can test it if you want.
We're having this conversation while we're walking. We
Yeah,
have
I
to be.
figured. I figured.
We're just walking through town talking about elder abuse.
Classic group of teenagers.
And I imagine that Scylla and Belbin have like no control of their like level of talking, so they're not like being quiet or anything. Full casual tone.
Completely. So yeah, you guys head through town. It takes a little bit longer because you are like taking a wide berth around the orchard. And it is a nice orchard, although it is the most cluttered, and you can only see it from afar, but from afar it looks weird. It's super close together, like very little space. It looks like all of the trees are like somehow intertwined, and there's like no two trees seem to be the same, or at least no two trees are similar within like a 5 or 10 or 6 tree radius. It's like a bunch of different fruit bearing trees and vegetable bearing trees all whammed into the same spot, pretty much into the same like
crossbreeding,
like 30-40 yards, like like half a football field, I'd say. Not even.
I don't know anything about planting trees, but those seem too close together.
Yeah, they seem messed up.
So like Scylla, where is the line between regular and elder abuse? Like what is that age range, do you think?
As you
I
guys
maybe-
head into the tree line, cut,
Hard cut.
fade to
hard
black,
cut.
fade to black,
Get away,
fade
get
to
away, get
black.
away. Switch to camera 3.
Camera three. So yeah, you guys make your way past the orchard and into the tree line, and you quickly do find the little path that Wendy was mentioning. So as you guys make your travel down this path, you begin to hear a soft kind of buzzing, a sort of soft hum almost in the air. And as you continue down the path, the further you walk, the louder and more intensely the sound gets, until it's a continuous buzzing vibration. There is like a very like the air around you is subtly vibrating, and you're looking around, and in every bush, in every tree, on every flower, there are bees everywhere. Honeybees
Hello, bees.
all over the plants,
Ooh,
and what
bees.
seem to be hornets as
Oh.
well, hovering several inches above wherever honeybees seem to be clustered. If you watch long enough, you notice that they move away in clusters
These
with
bees got bodyguards.
with one or two hornets kind of escorting them to and fro, and it's incredible, but it's nothing to what you see when the tree line breaks and the small cottage of Grandma Linda appears. After walking for about 20 minutes, you reach the clearing and you see the small white stone cottage. A chimney, gently puffing smoke, protrudes from a yellow thatched roof. On the door hangs a wrought metal honeycomb, and surrounding the path that leads to the door are numerous flower beds, all packed to bursting with meticulously organized rows of flowers. You see all sorts of blossoms, from azaleas to zinnias, from buttercups to violets, from carnations and chrysanthemums to sunflowers and snapdragons. If I could get actually a perception check, please, from all of you.
This will go well.
Oh, yay. Natural 20.
9.
3 more and you break your record from last time.
14.
Okay. So Scylla, you are you notice all of these flowers, as well as 2 rhododendron bushes outside the door, as well as on one side you see some rose bushes, on the other, and something. But Yvain, Belvin, you guys are transfixed by the sight of the bees. There is a flow of bees in the air, almost doing what looked like a dance, kind of just bouncing from flower to bloom to bloom to bush in long strings of floating across the just flying across the pathway leading to the front door, almost creating a sort of gated archway leading to the front door, just of pure bees just flying over, but all in meticulous lines, going from one to the other, and all of them seemingly staying, if you take long enough to notice, like kind of agape, just like staring. It's hypnotic, but they all seem to be staying in groups. Only certain bees will harvest pollen from certain flowers, and you see them going back over, eventually, after collecting their pollen, back over to the back end of the house, and from the back end of the house, over, kind of like subliminally under this like low humming vibration buzz, is a soft voice that's been singing this entire time, and you didn't really notice it because it blends in almost perfectly with the buzz. It harmonizes with it perfectly, so it almost goes unnoticeable. But it's at that point that you do notice the singing coming from behind the house. But you have reached Grandma Linda's cottage. The bees surround you. What would you like to do?
Stay away from the bees.
None of them
My
seem to
inner fear of bees is flaring so much.
None of them seem to be taking any notice of you, and when you get close, they seem to just kind of like part out of your way, or just kind of like bump up against you in certain ways, like, and sometimes like they don't seem very bothered by you. Like you feel like after a few minutes of walking through these, like the bee infested, you feel like you could probably like fall and land on one of these bushes and come out without a single sting. just how calm these and unaggressive these bees seem. Even the hornets seem to kind of just look past you as far as threats.
So, guys, could we get an apiary for the wagon? And just like
Probably.
have some bee friends, because this is pretty fucking rad.
It is really cool, but I'm almost like 90% sure that she's the one pacifying them.
Yeah, this doesn't feel natural.
Is that what the
especially way that
saying
they're
is?
flying.
Maybe.
That makes a lot of sense.
Is there something as like a bee bard? Can you be a bard, but like it's only for bees?
We
The
can ask
BB.
her.
A bard bee.
Bard bee.
She's a Barbie. Yeah.
All right. So
She's a bard bee Bella.
Sorry.
Disadvantage on everything. For
So do we need
10
to go
minutes.
knock on the door or
Yeah.
go around back and see her?
It is probably polite to knock on the door.
Dun 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 dun.
Yvain,
Okay. You guys walk up to the front door, and
resident door knocker.
there is the large chiseled honeycomb. And Belbin, it's at this point that you notice in the middle of the honeycomb, kind of worked into it, is the symbol that was on
That's Boulder Dash's
stone-
symbol.
Boulder Dash.
Belvin, do not eat any of the honeycomb in this area, okay?
So
I can promise not to eat any more of the honeycomb in this area.
the rot honeycomb on the like the iron rot honeycomb on the door is a door knocker. So you just kind of like doom, doom, doom. You hear you kind of like listen. The buzzing continues, the humming continues, the singing comes to a gentle stop. Buzzing continues.
How does she sleep like this?
You wait like a minute, nothing.
Do it again.
Hello? Grandma Linda.
From around the house, you see walking up to you. Nardwar. No, you don't see Nardwar.
Dang it.
You see this sweet old lady. There she is.
Oh, how big is she?
Oh, yeah.
She is very short.
Is she me-sized?
She is about maybe a foot, maybe a half a foot taller than you.
Yes.
But she is a very small, looks like gnomish woman. And she is clad in vibrant green, gray hair, with sort of gray messy hair. Looks like twigs have kind of gotten stuck in them as flowers. She has like all sorts of blooms and stuff kind of all over her dress and her garb. She has several pouches and bottles on her belt, and she's carrying in one hand a cane, and in the other hand a staff, not a cane, a staff in one hand, and in the other, across in the crook of her arm, she's got a basket of what look to be freshly broken honeycombs. And she's like comes around the side of the house and says, "Oh, well, shoot, I thought I heard some voices out here. Now, I'm sorry, I don't get many new faces on visitors here these days. Hi, I'm Grandma Linda. I'm the beekeeper around these parts. How can I help you today? Who might you be?"
I'm Yvain. I gesture to the others.
Yvain, right? And you two?
Belvin Eldry, at your service.
Belvin.
Deep bow. Bow.
Scylla.
Of course. And okay, Scylla. Well, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Grandma Linda. Welcome to the cottage. this. I see. I don't believe we've met before. My memory is a little foggy, so forgive me if you had to reintroduce yourself to me.
No, we're new in these parts.
Oh, I see. Well, welcome to the Flatboro area. Have you been to town quite yet?
Yeah, we got settled in.
You wouldn't happen to be the three individuals that came into town with Wendy, would you?
We are.
Right, right. I heard some rumblings about some new faces in town. Well, come on inside. Let's get you. Have you had lunch yet?
Nope.
Not yet, no.
Oh well, would you if you'd like? If I insist that you join me, I've got some. I've got some salad that I've got fresh, and as well as some tea, and well, I could throw a couple of biscuits in the oven. Why not? Come on in. And she pushes her door open and
I mean, if you insist.
hobbles inside.
I want to know the grandma biscuits. Am I crazy? Unless they are poisoned, then it would be crazy.
Yeah, you guys enter into her cottage, and it is a warm and cozy, warmly lit single room, like almost like a hobbit hole. It's very small. Yvain, you actually can stand up pretty well, but your head's like just kind of brushing the ceiling a little bit. But there are places for you to sit that are like comfortable for you for people your size. She seems to have everyone's size seemingly thought of in certain places. Like she has stuff that'll comfortably fit you, Belle, and something that'll comfortably fit you, Yvain. Scylla, you can be anywhere. And you all,
Get it,
but
Scylla's
no matter where you
normal.
sit, you all kind of feel like you're on the same level. Like all of the spots are like strategically placed so that like no matter what your size is, you're all kind of on the same level with each other. But yeah, she comes in and says, "Okay, well, sit down. Well, what brings you all to town? Please elaborate on who you are and what you are all up to here." She's kind of setting herself up, baking tea, and tell me your story. What's your story, folks?
Well, we are a bunch of independent contractors who were hired to come investigate the recent unpleasantness in town.
Recent unpleasantness. I suppose you mean those awful killings, huh?
Yes.
Those, yeah.
She like clicks her tongue and shakes her head. It's an awful business. I tell you, I don't like it one bit.
Yeah. Do
yeah.
you know anything in particular about any of these? Maybe some circumstances that wouldn't have been immediately apparent to the
Well,
I don't know what I'm asking here really.
well, I know a little bit about everyone, son. That's what you get from getting to be my age. But
Who would be most likely to murder people in your town?
well, see, now that's a true question, because while I do believe that quite a few people in this town may not be the most pure-hearted, I don't think any of them are capable of this. This is awful. This is bloody work. This is something that needs a certain kind of person to carry out. And I can't imagine that anyone in Flatboro would be able to do that, especially not to one of their own neighbors. She's like, bustling around, still cooking this whole time.
Can I insight that?
Sure. What are you trying to insight exactly there?
Is she being truthful? Does she really believe that there's no one here that would be capable of that?
Sure.
No one
Go
that
ahead.
would cut a bitch.
Go ahead.
12.
Sweet old lady does not think like this sweet old woman just seems to think the best of everyone. She seems to give off the vibe of like everyone's got a bit of good in them.
So sweet.
Do you are friends with the golem that runs around this town?
Friends is a nice way to put it. Yes, I would say I would call or what do they call him around town? Boulder
We're-
Dash.
yeah.
I would say Boulder Dash and I are friends.
Do you think he can? I don't know how much you know about him, but do you think he can sense the malintentions around town? He was blocking us from entering the town when we first got here.
Oh, well,
Not that we have malintentions, to be
No.
clear.
Yeah, no, that's
understood. Well,
more of the protecting us, but coming in.
well, I don't know much about him. He popped up out of the forest one day a few years back, and I was just able to use some enchantments that I learned in my youth to kind of calm his temperament a bit, and he seems to have kind of taken to the town a bit, but all of his own accord. I have not imposed any of my will over him, nor have I really requested anything of him. But he hasn't left. He's been kind of hanging around, and maybe he's grown a bit protective. That's what I feel.
You both have that the symbol on your front door
That's
is on his chest.
it was necessary to calm the temperament, like I was saying. That was a result of the enchantment that I used.
How'd you come to use that particular symbol?
That old thing. It's just something that I picked up a while back, just in my travels. You know, I wasn't always a little old beekeeper.
Insight
It's
check.
it's at this point. Okay, go ahead. It's at this point that she she like picks up
17.
Okay, yeah. She definitely knows a thing or two. She's been around the block. She picks up a tray and she's got some like hot steaming biscuits and a pot of tea, as well as some cups, some honey, some sugar, as well as several jars of honey. And she sets it down. Now, since this is your first time, I gave you a little bit of selection. Here we have the natural honey, just raw, pretty much as raw as it can get, while still being edible, of course. And she kind of holds up this amber golden jar, this jar of amber golden honey, and it's pure beauty in honeyed form. And then she says, and this is the rose hip raspberry, and she holds up. This is harvested from bees that have had nothing but roses and raspberry plants to consume, and it's this like deep kind of clear reddish liquid, like syrupy. It's a lot like thicker, or not as thick. Sorry, it's not as thick as the other honey. And then we actually have a scentless or a tasteless one that we've extracted all of the taste out of, just to for those who like just the texture changes, you know. But yeah, please help yourselves. And she starts pouring cups of tea for each of you. On the 17, yeah, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say I'm gonna lean over to Scylla and say, this might be the smartest woman on the planet. Good gods. That's all.
Wow, this is quite a selection. Oh, it's amazing.
But so you said that you were all hired by somebody. I suspect Sheriff Jamie had something to do with it.
Yeah, she requested assistance with the investigation.
Poor girl. She's in over a little bit over her head, I suppose.
She's green.
That's a kind way of putting it, dear. She has a very good intention. She's a sweet girl. Her parents are sweet people. She has a mind for the rules. You know, she always was, even as a child. But
Gotta have it. One of them somewhere in town. You gotta have one of them.
yeah, well, she keeps us honest, and as much as the town might not understand the necessity of her presence, we do appreciate her in these moments.
I
Well,
noticed something really weird about the trees in Simeon's land. Do you
Hmm.
have any idea why he plants them like that?
Oh, well, we all have our odd little planting and farming methods here in Flatboro. The land available doesn't provide quite as much room as would usually be necessary for farming, but the soil just makes things grow very specially. So, uh, I suppose he was trying to make do with the room that he had, and then the soil did the rest.
Yeah, the doctor, she was researching the soil, wasn't she?
I couldn't say much. The doctor and I were not too well acquainted. I never haven't really taken ill in the last. Oh, I can't even remember the last time I took ill.
If you don't mind me asking, what magic are you using to keep
Oh,
the bees like this?
just a little druidic song. That's all. You did, if you think back, actually, now you would have recognized the song that she was singing if you listened to the words as druidic.
Okay.
It's an old druid song that I picked up in my travels.
When did you end up settling in this area?
Oh,
If you were traveling around so much.
long time ago, very long ago. I'm sorry, memory
It's all right.
has a bit of when you've been alive as many decades and as I have, some of them start to blend together in certain
That's
places.
very fair.
But it's been quite a long time. I've watched many grow old. I've watched many born, watched many grow, watched many die.
You if you've been here for quite some time, there hasn't been anything like this since you've settled here. And
Never,
no, okay.
never. This has been my little slice of heaven.
So just no crazy murders happening willy nilly.
Hardly. Craziest thing to happen around here was old man Figs and his wife. That was the worst.
What happened to Mr. Fig's wife?
Oh, you haven't heard this story yet.
No, we haven't gotten to get over to the Fig residence to take a look yet.
Well, about I'd say 5 or 6 months ago, Mr. Figs's wife took ill, and she was not herself for quite a while, and then stopped leaving her house. And her husband said that she was on bed rest. And their daughter was not herself either. And then mother suddenly died. No funeral, no burial, small grave out in the back of their homestead. All very suspicious. And everybody knows Mr. Figs likes a drink. And he's rough on the exterior and the interior. Or I'd say he was. But, people talk. And that poor girl, Darla, losing both her parents in the span of a year, well, maybe your father wasn't that much of a loss. I'll just say that.
Hmm.
What do you mean by not themselves?
Yeah.
Quiet. very quiet. They were both very exuberant, very, very exuberant young women. Very outgoing, smiling. Mother had, I think, that he might have laid hands on him. That's what people are saying. And people are saying that maybe she got on the wrong side of him too hard. And maybe he did something that he shouldn't have done. Maybe she was never sick at all. But that's just people's gossip. No real, as Jamie would say, hard evidence to back it up.
Who's Darla? Sorry, who's Darla staying with now?
Oh, friend of the friend of her mother's, I believe. I'm blanking on the name. I don't think I gave a name. A friend of the family, I believe, and she gives you the name of the family and where it is. The Smith residence.
Great. And they haven't resold the Figs residence, have they?
Oh no, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, it's only been about maybe a month since it happened.
Well,
A few weeks.
fair enough.
What is the market like for unflavored honey? What?
Mostly,
It's actually very good. So
it's
you've got to
mostly
try some of this
used
shit.
for texture purposes and or just
Doesn't it like
addition-
melt though? Like what would the texture be?
additives. You know, I don't know. I had it as a special request made by I believe it was Jeremiah. That's right. That sweet boy who runs that little tavern over there, or not the tavern, the little
inn.
liquor room. The inn, exactly. Yes, the motel. Right. He requested it once, and it was very popular at his place. You see, I think he might use it to make drinks. Maybe he mixes it with something. I'm not sure.
I mean, honestly, it tastes pretty good, all things considered, just because it gives that sort of like warm, glazy kind of texture on top of all this. By the way,
here, try the rose hip. It's delicious.
Yes, it is. You're correct. I will happily have some more of it. Thank you very much.
He's already tried everything.
I was gonna say, if she hasn't been paying close attention, I have eaten half of everything that is on the table. Right
Okay. Yeah. Everything, by the way, is delicious.
Of course it is.
It is
made
grandma's
by a 1,050-year-old woman or something. Like she's a million billion
Grandma's
years old.
cooking.
She's a
Delicious.
secret witch from the past.
Do you provide your honey to like other vendors here, like you know, that making honey mead or wine?
I sell honey to everyone. I have a small stand in town that I used to run myself, but actually I recently employed Darla about earlier last year to kind of take over it for me. I sell flowers, and that's where I sell my honey. And I do send out regular large-sized shipments to both Jeremiah, Nautabella, and as well as I have 2 pickups, one going every month, one going to Iman, and the other going to it's I believe it's somewhere in Marquette. I can't, it slipped my mind at the moment, but it's one of the larger cities in Marquette. Has a very or very partial to the rose hip. But yeah.
When did Jeremiah request this special honey?
Oh, I would say maybe 5-6 years ago now.
I have forgotten any timeline. This is not relevant.
Do you ever help Simeon with his pollination? It seems like it'd be a very
I do.
beneficial partnership there.
I do help with pollination as far as I can with anyone who requests it. Simeon has, if you want to call it requested, more like demanded. But I do help him occasionally, yes.
We have heard that he's a crotchety old man. Is that a good descriptor, would you say?
An accurate description, absolutely.
We've also heard that he might shoot us if we set foot on his property.
Oh, he'll shoot at you. He won't shoot you.
Is that because he can't aim or because
Oh
he'll
no, he
try
can
not
aim.
to hit us?
He can aim.
Okay.
He won't hit you. He won't hit you
It's
until he
still
knows.
the act of shooting at someone, though. It's
He
just
just
like,
likes to
there's
get his.
intent there.
It's how he keeps his heart pumping, I think. I think if he didn't have a little excitement, his heart might just give out. He has to keep it pumping somehow.
That's fair. Any, like pro tips on how to not get
Watch
shot
porn
at?
or something, dude. Don't gonna shoot.
1
people.
second, and she kind of bustles over to a cabinet and opens the cabinet and kind of reaches in. You see rows and rows and rows of familiar jars. You've actually seen many of these jars around town. You've kind of seen at least one in almost every place you've been of small jars. There are three different colors. They're all covered glass jars covered by checkered cloth and wrapped. There's a red, a blue, and a green. And she grabs two of the red and one of the blue and kind of brings them over, and she says, here, give these to him and tell them that Grandma Linda sends her love, and that should put him in a good mood. And of course, I gotta send you all off with a little something. And she grabs two of each. She grabs 2 jars of each flavor for all of you.
That's my
So each of you
favorite
have
person.
In the
each of you, yeah.
bag.
So you each have 6 jars of honey now.
Oh my god.
You have two
So much
you have 2
honey.
normal jars of honey, 2 raspberry rosehip, and 2 unsweetened.
Ooh.
Did we interrupt your day by just sort of coming out
not
and
at
demanding?
all. I was just finishing up my harvest. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, I could use a bit of help.
Sure.
Sure.
You've been
Right. Well,
quite helpful to us. So
right. Well, come on out back. Now, don't be afraid of none of the stingers. They won't hurt none. Especially if I'm around. And even if you do, I've got some salve inside that should be able to deal with them right quick. Don't you worry about it. But they won't sting you. All right. Now, for the next hour, you kind of just go into the back. You help her weed some of the flower beds. You help her harvest some of the honeycombs. Scylla, do you ever mention that you know Druidic?
Probably at some point.
She offers to teach you the calming song.
oh, the bee song.
The bee song.
Yes,
bee
she offers to
song.
teach you the bee song. So with she explains that with the song you would be able to guide the basically calm bees to be receptive to requests and very happily requests, but they must be sung in Druidic.
Okay.
It's the she mentions it's the melody that matters. I'll send you a thing, don't worry.
Yes.
But you'd have to come back for a day or for a day or two to really learn it.
Okay.
So it would take some time.
Because I have a field trip to do after we've solved this murder.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
for
but
sure.
yeah, you guys are helping, and I would like. Let me see. I would like you all to make a perception check and a history check.
2 and 6.
Okay. Belbin, you are
Perception.
happily a little working bee.
Perception's
and 10.
24.
I can weed like a motherfucker.
Happy little worker bee, Yvain.
Mm-hmm.
My perception's 24, and my history is 19.
Okay.
I'm glad someone can do something.
I
So-
am the smart character.
As you are when you
Cannot
were as you're working outside, you there's something just kind of nagging at the back of your head. It's like you've seen those jars everywhere. Everyone, and like, she said, well, everyone has those, honey. You've seen those jars everywhere. But you didn't see something in her house that you kind of expected to see. But you didn't, and you can't put your finger on what. It was something about those jars. You were expecting to see something with those jars that you didn't see or have not yet seen. And you just can't place your finger on what it was. And I will give you one more I'll give you an insight check in this moment to try to like really rack your memory.
Come on, buddy.
Mainly because I can't remember if I hit this clue hard enough.
17.
Okay, yes, that necessitates a rehashing of the clue.
Some kind of a response.
Necessitates some kind of response. The colors. It was the colors of the cloth. There was something about the colors of the cloth that differentiated the different types of honey that you didn't see. That's really all that's the best way I can explain it. When she opened the cabinet and you saw all the different colored honeys and the different labeled honeys, you were expecting to see something there that was not there. And that's the best way I can put it. And it had something to do with the colored cloth.
Like they're different, or
It was something to do like you saw red, blue, green, and something's missing here. What am I not seeing? What I should have seen something there. As you're having these thoughts, you also are kind of like staring out into space, kind of spacing out while you're weeding. And you kind of like shake yourself out of it and realize you're staring directly into a pair of shining brown eyes in a bush. And as you notice them, you see the bush kind of rustle and the eyes disappear.
the fuck? Can someone get up and go over there?
Sure. You go over and do you like pull the bush, pull the bush?
I poke it. I put my steps and I start poking this bush.
Okay.
Hello, the weeds are over here.
Make a dex save.
The flower beds are over here.
Actually, no, sorry. Make a strength save.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
God, ask the druid to make a
Oh,
strength
no.
save.
It's gonna rip your staff out of your hands. God damn it.
Yo, no.
That one. That one. Yeah.
God damn it, Alex.
So you kind of like poke with the staff into the bush, and you try to like pull back, and something has a hold of your staff, and whatever has a hold of it rips the staff out from your head, from your hands, and bonk. You
Oh,
take
no, reverse.
3 points of damage.
You little shit! And Scylla
And-
just goes diving straight into the bush.
Do we notice?
Scylla.
You guys notice now that Scylla has just gotten apparently whacked by a branch and then dove into a bush cursing at it.
Oh, what the fuck? Scylla.
Scylla, that's not how you weed. It's over.
You guys go over and pull aside the brush to see Scylla wrestling with what looks to be a young wild child of some kind. A small boy, maybe about 11 or 12 years of age, maybe a little bit older than that. I'd say like 14, maybe 15. 14, maybe 15 years of age. Dirty black hair, matted down, super long. Kind of rags adorning him, kind of like, looks like he's been out in the wilderness for a long time. Bare feet, calluses, wild eyes, and he is just kind of.
Can I try and grab him
good
and
with
pick
children.
him up?
I don't think that's
pick
the
him up by the
fourth.
scruff.
I don't think that's the fourth child. What the
Yeah,
hell?
go ahead and make an athletics check.
Or
William.
wow, 12. He's wily, that one.
Yeah. Actually, well, hold on. So as you try to pick him up, what he does instead, he lets go of Scylla, grabs your hand, and you are rigid as a rock. He swings himself over your palm, so his legs go like whoop over your palm. He stands on your shoulders and jumps up into the trees and pulls himself away into the trees. And you can kind of see it, kind of like climbs up. You can see him kind of perched there looking down at you.
Hey, Grandma.
Hello?
You hear Muko, come on down, they're friends. It's okay. And you see the child kind of look over and scream, Muko! And the Grandma Linda goes, I know, I'm sorry they scared you, but you shouldn't have been spying on them. Now come on down, meet them like a well-mannered individual like I know you are. Come on. And you see the small boy who Grandma Linda referred to as Muko kind of begrudgingly start climbing down and lands on the forest floor.
If one were to be trying to I don't know, do something crazy like write down Muko, how would you maybe spell that?
Muko.
Okay.
You can add an umlaut if you'd like.
Come on, Linda. What the fuck is going on?
This is Muko. Muko, say hi. Muko. Another lost soul of the forest. Popped up out of nowhere a couple of years ago. Wild as a lion. Just didn't speak a word. Just stole a bunch of fruit from Simeon's orchard, and Simeon had him pinned down and was gonna pump him full of arrows before the town kind of got together and tried to decide what to do with him. And well, I figured that as long as he wasn't paying nobody no harm and he was just looking for something to eat, why not just let him be and let him progress on his own time? I like to just let things take their natural course. I don't like to affect things too much. So, too much.
Sure. Does he have like a roof over his head? Like,
if he'd like one, they're open to him. But usually he sleeps in the woods. Occasionally he'll sleep out back here, but he helps me out occasionally with my harvest. And when he heard you folks approaching, he took off.
Is he like human size?
Yeah, he's a human. He is human.
So I know you guys didn't get off on like a great first.
Yeah, Scylla, you good?
Here, but you're kind of like the resident
like
child
stewing.
speaker. You want to
child whisper.
You want to give this one a shot, or
Grandma Linda is kind of gonna like nudge Muko and say, "Now you apologize to the young lady, all right? You don't take her things, you don't hit people, and you don't spy. And you apologize." And he kind of just, Muko.
Is that a
I think
word
that's
that
his-
any of us recognize, or like
Yeah, in any language.
What languages do you all speak?
common and halfling?
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Giant.
No.
Celestial, Common, Druidic, Infernal, Zemnian.
Druidic is the language. And the word, if I can find my notes. It is not a direct translation, but the most accurate translation you can get is cur, one who is lesser, a lower dog.
Oh. Scylla will go down in front of him and try to make eye contact as best she can if he'll hold it.
He
And
stares
in-
at he stares at you with those same wild brown eyes.
we will dead ass stare at each other. Scylla loves staring.
He drinks.
Scylla
you-
loves staring.
He drinks you in completely. Like you feel you almost get lost in these huge brown eyes. And please make an insight check.
Insights plus 3. Okay. 14.
This kid's been through a lot. He looks at you, and you can feel those eyes just boring into you. You feel like he is really looking at you, and he can see things that like you don't say to other people. You know, like he can see things. He can see you. You feel like he's seeing you, and he steps up to you and gives you a hug.
While Scylla hugs him back, and while they're hugging in Druidic, she'll say, "Is that what they called you?"
Go.
Can you say anything else, or?
He just grunts.
But you can understand what I'm saying, yes? I'm sorry for whatever happened to you. You deserve better, clearly.
I wanted to give him a different name, but that's the only one he'll respond to. Feels like he may have taken some ownership of it, which I suppose is good.
So, what's the name? What is it? What is he saying?
It kind of. It's not a really good translation, but they were kind of calling him like a lesser person, like a cur.
It's not very nice.
No.
Well, that's my chores done for the day. I just have a shipment to bring in to town. Would you all mind dropping off my stock at my stall on your way back into town if you're heading that way?
Not
Oh, we
at
can
all.
do that.
Oh, thank you all so much. You all are so sweet.
It's the least we could do. You've been exceedingly helpful.
Oh, well, I try. I do my best. It's, all I can do in my old age is try to be helpful. Try to not be a burden.
Muko, I don't know if he can understand me or not. Silly, you might need to give him a little translation here. Do you want to come towards town with us? You don't have to go in if you don't want to.
He he kind of like shies away from this from that, and just kind of like he kind of goes and he kind of just walks away from the conversation.
I mean, fair enough, honestly.
Just kind of walks and goes and sits
done.
in a flower bed or by the flower bed and starts like he literally starts weeding like you guys just were a little bit ago, but he's just really getting in the fine stuff.
Yeah, that's some good work right there. Yeah, do we have anything else we need to do here?
I don't think so. I'm worried about this child, but besides that.
I mean, he seems like he's got a pretty decent setup here.
Oh.
For all, all things considered, really.
More like I want to go fight whatever tribe he came from.
Okay, well, we could add that to the list.
Yeah, it can be like further down, like a side
can-
quest.
Right, it can slot right below trying to fight Yvain's entire family and going to a wedding on a different continent.
There
Fight
you go.
Muko's tribe. Yeah.
There you go, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I've got a thought. I'll lean down to Scylla and whisper in her ear. Do you think maybe he might have seen something?
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
So, Grandma,
Go
where's
ahead.
this stock that you need us to take? And I'll like go to her and like,
Right.
Yeah, I'll follow Belle.
oh, I'm trying to like keep her away from you guys while you talk to each other. When I'm not involved in a conversation, I'm not supposed to know about it. So I'm just gonna walk away.
So yeah, she like, oh well, right over here, and she like leads you to the side of the house where there
Great.
are a couple of crates and boxes.
Great.
And, like,
Sounds good.
Scylla will go and sit down next to him and start weeding with him again.
Good.
And in Druidic will, so you like to spy, eh?
Could you make an insight check for me?
Sure. 6.
All right. He kind of grunts again and responds, Muko. Doesn't look up, doesn't really give much response other than that.
I'm okay with that. Have you seen anything? You seem kind of scared when you saw us approach. Do you know what's happening in the town?
He looks at you and he nods.
Is it someone that Grandma is selling honey to? No? Is it someone who lives in the town?
He just goes back to weeding.
Is it her?
Just keeps weeding. Muko.
I know it's hard to talk about these things.
Muko! And he stands up and scampers off into the trees.
Okay, I think my child talking skills may be at an end.
You tried. That's what counts.
Yvain, these crates are. I'm not going to be able to really.
I got it.
Yvain.
Don't even worry about it. Just.
Okay. So, yeah, anything else you guys would like to get done at the bee cottage?
I'll come back around the side and go. Oh, Scylla, Muko. Great. Glad you got a good warm up in, because you're probably gonna have to talk to this Fig's daughter, and you're kind of the kid person, so.
I love that you decided I was the kid person.
There is one last thing that Yvain would have been looking for while we were working.
Shoot.
She wants to see if she recognizes any poisonous plants.
Okay. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Okay.
And is it
God. 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing really. These all seem very beautiful plants. I mean, maybe some of them could be poisonous if you mess with them right, but none of them are red flags to you.
No wolfsbane.
No wolfsbane, no, yeah.
No
No
hemlock.
death caps.
No mithril moss.
Hey.
No mithril moss.
Like hanging
no.
from the roof.
There is no water here. There is you do hear the trickling of a spring nearby, but
Okay, head back into town then.
Alrighty. Are we going through Simeon's orchard, or are we going around again?
Okay,
I
here's
see it.
my question, right? We have a peace offering for him. Is he going to look at the crates that Yvain has in her arms right now and say, well, there's a little bit more there for me, right? And then try and take more of the stock that we've currently been given, or is that like not really a concern that we have?
I mean, I'm not gonna let him take the fucking crates. He could try.
Right, but like then he's gonna shoot at us and he's not gonna like us again, and it's just gonna be back to square one kind of thing.
You know, maybe having the crates would be more of an advantage. You could be like, oh, these people obviously know Linda, like they're helping her.
See, this is why you're the smart one. Okay.
Or he could be like, they robbed her. So it could go either way.
Speaking of the crates, as after we're like a good distance away, what's in them?
There are like
Fucking machine
Is it the same
guns.
stuff that she gave us?
yes, it's
Or
more the
is there
same.
anything-
It's a bunch of jars of honey, the red, the blue, the green, nothing else, and then several like reams of bouquets of flowers, as well as like individuals and like assorted bouquets and all sorts of stuff like that.
And
But
a
it's
broken
flowers
down
and honey.
RPG.
Flowers and honey.
Okay.
So, yes, stop at Simeon, or no, don't stop at Simeon. I could go either way. I kind of want to
Do
get
we-
it out of the way.
At
But
this point, do we really think it is him?
I think we should probably talk to him, considering
he employed Mr. Fig.
yeah, and he also had a mutual acquaintance with May Fanis. Yes.
So we should
I just
probably
don't want
at
to get
least swing by.
shot. Like personally.
All right. How
I-
about we
If
we
you
drop
stand
off?
in a direct line behind Yvain, you won't get shot.
That's
Well,
true.
This might end up taking a while, so why don't we drop off the crates and then come back?
I can agree with that.
Great. You love to see it.
Okay, so you head into town to drop
Yeah, those
off
steps.
the crates. Okay, so yeah, it's about like 4:30 in the afternoon at this point, or 4:35 in the afternoon at this point, getting towards evening. You in sort of like there's a town square a little down the road from the Strongbrow's Tavern, and around the center of it are a couple of carts and stalls. All of them seem to be closed up for the day. There is, and you can see one with a bunch of flowers and pots and stuff on it. And it seems to be that there is a young girl there, late teens, that looks to be tending to it and seemingly closing up shop for the day.
Scylla, you're up. Go, Scylla, you're up.
Sorry, my dear. What was the name? What was the name again? We got Deborah.
Darla.
Darla. I was gonna say Deborah.
Go, go.
Deborah?
Deborah.
I don't know where it came from.
Deborah.
The medieval name of
there?
Deborah.
Here, Darla.
Sorry, my dear. Are you Darla?
Yeah, that's me. Can I help you?
We have a delivery from Grandma.
Oh, the stock for the day. Thank you so much. I was about to go visit her to go pick it up. Oh my God, thank you. I just right over here.
Yeah,
She
of course.
kind of like sets it or like has you set it down behind and starts like unloading it and putting it away in like a bottom storage section of the car. Oh, thank you so much. Did she handle payment, or am I supposed to get it out of or anything?
No, we were just being nice.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't recognize you. I guess you're new in town.
You could say that.
Breeze throughs. We're
Travelers. Well,
we got called in kind of specifically to help with something kind of close to home for you.
well,
we're investigating the matters.
oh, She kind of just like clams up.
So,
Well, I'm sorry. I should introduce myself. My name's Darla Fig Simmons. Darla Simmons. And you. I guess you guys already know my name. Who are you exactly?
I'm Yvain. This is Belbin, and this is Scylla.
Okay. Do you want to talk to me or?
Well,
If
we're
you have time now.
kind of trying to talk to everyone, you know.
Yeah. I guess let's just get it over with. I guess.
sorry. Is there a who's the Simmons in your family?
Me, mum.
Oh, that's nice. She was sick, right? Is that?
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
Ooh, please, insight.
Go ahead.
Come on, I gotta roll high at least once tonight, right?
Eventually, it's got to be a double-digit number.
Statistically.
Hey, there we go. 19.
Haha.
No, 19.
She is so she does not know what to do in this moment, whether to keep lying, to tell the truth, whether to she's hiding. She's got so much to say and does not know what to like how to say it or if she can or if she should.
Darla, is there somewhere that you would like to go to be more comfortable? I mean, we are kind of out in the open here.
Make a persuasion check for me. If anyone would like to assist,
I can help her.
roll individually or roll with advantage, whichever.
Oh,
What was it?
holy shit. Hell
Persuasion?
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. There's a little hill with a tree that I like to sit under. A little, like maybe 5 minutes away, a little outside of town. Is that
Oh,
okay?
absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
please.
Let me just
Traumatized child.
let me just finish up here, please.
Sure.
And she like starts unloading and like, locking up and
Can we get a glance at the stand, like the back of it that she's loading in?
sure. Yeah.
Can we see it?
Make a perception check for me. Sure. What are you looking for?
Can I see one of the four sides
If
of the
there's
stand?
anything different in the stand.
Okay.
15.
So you see rows of flowers, all kind of like meticulously set. You see, and then 3 shelves, all stocked with red, green, and blue. And then you see a lockbox as well, or like another cabinet door with a heavy lock on it. You see poking out just from the corner of that locked cabinet is a piece of pink checkered cloth. A little corner. And that's when it snaps. You had seen jars with pink checkered cloth in the somewhere. You'd seen them somewhere. But they weren't in
Where's
her
Prasha
house.
when we need her?
But they weren't in her house.
Oh, thank God we don't gotta kill Grandma.
Or at
I
least you
would have
didn't
been
see them.
upset.
But you saw jars of honey and pink checkered cloth. And then when you saw the red checkered cloth, the blue checkered cloth, the green checkered cloth, it was the exact same cloth, just a different color. And you see just a corner of it poking out from that locked box, from that locked cabinet door.
Hey guys, do you want to go talk to Darla? My stomach does not feel good. I'm going to go to, to go to that house for a second. You guys go talk. I'm sorry.
Sure,
Sure,
we'll link
okay.
up with you later,
don't-
I guess.
Don't want to. Okay.
Yeah.
But wait, it's breaking the buddy system.
Yeah. Buddy system's really difficult with 3 people.
I know.
I mean, Belvin, if you really want to go to the bathroom with me, I'm sure it'll be a fun bonding experience.
I mean, I could if you wanted a hand.
Oh, you
I'm a
said
little
the
bit confused.
bathroom. Okay, my bad.
What did you say? What did you think I said?
Carla's
you were
just
just
kind of
gonna
there.
go.
Okay. I am Team Hill.
Hill.
Okay, really, I just have to go to the bathroom.
Hill.
There you go.
Okay. Bye.
She'll be back
you
soon.
3 walk off, and I guess let's take like a 5-minute break here.
Sure.
Just to take a breather and figure out. I'll let you guys like figure out what you want to do next. So think about what you want to do next. I'm gonna pause the recording, but let's try to get back here in like 5 minutes. Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Recording paused.
This meeting is being recorded.
All right. So, who are we going to go with first? We going to go with Team Hill, or are we going to go with Scylla, the spy?
So from like a game perspective, I feel like we should go with Team Hill first to see how much time we actually buy Scylla.
That's good. Okay.
From like a moral perspective, I really don't want to sit here and like dig into this poor girl's trauma. Because she's deeply
While I'm
uncomfortable,
actively
clearly.
stealing from her.
But yeah, like it feels like if she like gets up and runs away at some point, we need to know when that point is.
Okay. So, all right. We're going to stick with Team Hill first. So, you guys walk. It's about like 2-3 minute walk. Not far at all. There's what looked to be like a log bench that's been installed underneath this large kind of weeping willow type tree. A fantasy, hyper equivalent of a weeping willow. And she kind of just sits on the bench and kind of takes a deep breath. Okay, I'm ready. What do you want to know?
Is it alright if I sit?
Sure.
All right, if I stand kind of the same height thing, then feels like it might.
Sure, if that's.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but like my legs are.
I did
out.
notice you are very small. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Weird. Anyway. So I don't know. There's not really a good way to lead in to this whole thing, considering it the subject matter at hand here. Your dad, did he pass at home or at work, or
He was home. I found him.
in the morning time, evening time?
I came down to start making his breakfast in the morning. I wake up an hour before he does to make sure that he has breakfast before he goes out for the morning work. And I came down into the kitchen and he was on the floor by the kitchen table. I don't know how long he'd been there, but I think it might have been overnight. Because he was where I left him the night before. He was having drinks at the kitchen table when I went to bed. And then the next morning he was on the floor by the kitchen table.
Just drinks, though? No.
That was mostly after. It was after dinner. I made him dinner, and then he had a a bottle, but it wasn't much.
I just mean in the morning there wasn't any food there as well, or
Oh, no, I make breakfast. I make all his meals. He doesn't cook.
gotcha.
Do you remember what he had for dinner and what he might have been drinking?
I made venison, and potatoes, and some vegetables from the Waynesthorpe farm. And then he always drinks whiskey.
Sure.
That's his favorite drink. Or bourbon if he can get his hands on it, but we usually can't afford it.
Good bourbon's nothing to scoff at.
He likes the caramelly type
That's
stuff. The
fair.
smooth, syrupy.
Is there a particular reason you've switched to your mom's name since you're on your own now, or just like the way it sounds better, or
I miss my mum a lot,
fair?
and it's kind of really all I have left of her. So I figured it was a nice way to kind of just keep her around.
Yeah, of course.
It's very sweet.
Also, I feel like probably should have started the top of this with this. If you need either one of us or both of us to leave or just give you a minute or something like that, just asking. Either of us are more than happy to take a lap.
Thank you. I really just, it happened, and it's happened. I had to accept it when it happened to Mum. I'll accept it now.
But your mom didn't go in quite the same way.
No, I mean, well, no, no, not the same way. No.
Ooh.
Yes.
Can I try another insight?
Yeah, go ahead,
Say,
dude. Make as
I
many
am
as you
not
want.
going to.
Make as many as you want. Just each one has to be about a separate thing. Okay. Okay.
My 7 wisdom ass is not going to make insight checks here.
Okay. What are you specifically trying to learn here?
When she said no, it didn't happen the same way. Was she lying about that or holding something back or?
Okay. I'm gonna be sending you a whisper.
Osmar! Whisper.
Yeah, not the same way. No, but you know, she's gone, so I have to
Well,
accept
where
it.
did she end up?
She's we buried her out back behind our house.
And your dad went next to her then?
No, we haven't buried him yet. But he won't go near.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he won't go by her. I don't care where he goes.
Any reason for that in particular, or just didn't get along well?
I don't know.
She kind of just like sinks her head into her hands.
Darla, I left home when I was about 17. And where I grew up, everyone sort of looked out for each other. You know, nobody went hungry. Everyone had a roof over their head. Everyone had clothes and new shoes. Kind of like how it is here. People look out for each other.
I was going to
And
say, it sounds familiar.
when I ended up in Amon, it was a huge shock for me. everything costed something. People always wanted something from you, and I struggled for a long time until a gentleman came along, and I thought that he had my best interest at heart. He was kind of like a father to me for a bit. He ended up betraying me in a way that I can't even fully describe, but I have very mixed feelings about that man, because on the one hand, he did save me from a life on the streets of banditry or whatever, but on the other hand, I hate him with a burning passion. And I can tell that maybe you might want to tell us something about your father. And just know that you're not going to get in trouble. We're not going to smear his name. We just want to know, if there's anything that you could tell us about him that would maybe help us solve what's going on.
We're really just in town to try and set things back on the right course. And I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder and subtle cast guidance just so she gets like the warm pulse.
Yvain, I would like you guys to make persuasion checks. You can either both make one, or one of you can make it at advantage. It's up to you.
I don't care.
Okay. Can I give Belle advantage?
Sure.
Uh, 25.
She takes a deep breath. He deserved it. And just breaks down into tears. She haltingly and in a like through broken sobs tells you about how physically abusive he was to her mother, how it was for as long as she can remember, how he started to go in on her too, and that her mother tried to get in the way and he ended up killing her and threatened Darla to keep quiet about it, to never say anything about it. And so I did. I kept my mouth shut. And I just wanted to move on and just try not to think about any of it, but I couldn't. And I just couldn't. And she just cries. There's nothing more intelligible after that.
Just hold her and rub her back and sort of let her breathe.
We seem pretty secure here. So as that's going on,
I want to hit, actually,
Sure,
no, that's
sure.
I want to hit something at the end of whatever we're doing. So if we're going to fade back to us, we don't have
we're
to
gonna
do it
come
now.
back to you guys. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
great.
gonna come
Then
back to
yes,
this
jump to
basically
Scylla.
after you guys have given her a moment.
Great.
Scylla, what have you been up to this whole time? Rogue shit with the fucking I think you're
Dagger.
muted. I think you're muted.
Alex, you're muted.
I keep forgetting there's the button on my headphones, and then there's also the button on the thing. What's like the situation around? Like, how visible is where I am to other people right now?
Pretty visible. You are like in the center of town square.
Great.
Well, I wouldn't say the center. I guess kind of off to the side, more like off to the side. There's like a cluster of like 4 or 5 little stalls, and this is one of them.
Are there like people at these stalls?
No, they're all closed up for the day.
People are
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
walking through the streets, but it's not like super busy out. It's like, you know, kind of a ghost town around this time. People are like either still working or on their way home from work or are already home.
Okay. Then. And where am I right now? Like, am I still near the stall, or had I walked
Yeah,
away?
yeah, yeah. No, you're still at the stall right now. They like, you know, left you off.
Okay, I'm going to with as. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to just as with the most confidence. Oh God, should I pass cast without a trace? Pass without a trace and just go. No, with the most confidence, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna lean behind that booth, as like just give like one little casual glance over and then just step behind it.
Okay. So the way it's set up is it's like a booth on wheels. It's got like two like, you know, little things on the end, but it's also got a bit that you can like step up into. Um,
Hmm.
the back door has like, you know, a small padlock on it, but it's only like a half door. You can kind of just like hop over it, but you would have to hop over it into like the kind of register area, if you want to call it that. So
It's
you could
gotta
do
be
that,
suspicious. I could.
or you could try to get
Um,
the lock.
it's even more suspicious. Um, fuck it. I'm gonna like walk. She like started to go to the bathroom, and then like kind of walked away, and then doubled back. And when she like passes behind like up like a pole or like an alleyway, she'll cast without it. She will cast pass without a trace on herself, and then head back towards to where she was and hop
Okay,
over the
make a
door.
stealth check for me.
Come on, baby, +10. Let's come on.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious. Duration, you have a +10. Okay, and can't be tracked. Great. Let me cast that spell. I forgot we still have not rested from our explosion, so
Nope.
come on,
Well, I
baby.
would say you had a short rest at Grandma's house. I'll call it that.
I don't know if druids get back spell slots on short rests.
All
No?
right. Well, you did. You got a short rest.
Okay. Oh fuck! Thank God. 26.
Yeah. You are a shadow in the night. It is just now getting to sunset. It's kind of just past golden hour. So like all like that like bright light is starting to die away and shadows are getting very heavy and very dark, and you use those to kind of move your way back in through, and you hop into the little stall with no problem. You are now
I mean,
kind of
like duck
crouched
down.
down.
So yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of like crouched down in the stall, and you're kind of eye level with that little locked cabinet.
Okay, and it has a padlock on it as well.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so as preparedly as Scylla can, she's gonna. What is it's like a locked like I couldn't wild shape into something and get in there, right? I couldn't get anything out. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean,
Uh,
you can certainly try. How small can you get?
no,
There's
I
about
have
here's the
a
thing.
plan.
It's one of those like cabinet doors that does not have a seal on it. So it's not like, you know, it's not like it's sealed shut and then it's locked. It's like pushed shut and then it's padlocked. So there's like a little give to it, but only like maybe half an inch, not even.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get that small. It's okay. I have a plan. So Scylla's gonna take out her dagger, her one dagger that everyone has.
Okay.
And she's going to place it like as so she can do this like as fast as possible.
Yeah.
She's gonna place it at like one specific part of the lock, and she's gonna cast heat metal on that one part. And when it gets as hot as possible, she's gonna drag her dagger through the one little part that she
Okay.
made.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and make a nature check to try to time it.
Okay.
Try to like see how hot the metal has to get. How well do you know heat? How well do you know metal?
Not well. Can I have advantage
For what? Why would you have advantage here?
for being a druid and being from nature? And
That's why I'm giving you this check.
And I don't know, maybe stealing things as a child. I don't know.
No.
So just
Nope. What'd you get?
a 5.
A 5? Okay, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw. No, I'm just kidding. It's another fireball, bitch. No. Yeah. So you try. The metal heats, and you have the tip of the dagger, and you try to pull it through, and it gets stuck halfway in, and the metal just kind of goes. You lose focus on the spell, and the metal goes. Just kind of like fades, and like the dagger's kind of stuck in there. It's not like welded in there now, but it's kind of stuck.
Could I do it again
Make a
and get
strength.
the other half?
Make a strength check to try to get the knife out.
Do I have another knife?
You have another blade, sure. I'll give you one more blade.
I have a crowbar, apparently.
You can try to use that
Or
too
a-
if you want. That's kind of
I'm trying to
perfect for
think.
this. It's kind of what you probably
Yeah.
should have been using from the beginning.
Maybe. Okay. I kind of forgot I had it.
Like, oh yeah, I just have this lockpick. Let me just use a rock.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Do I need to cast heat metal again, or do you think I got like halfway through and I can just like?
Are you using the crowbar?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just jimmy it. You broke
Okay.
halfway through the lock. You can just give me a strength check or athletics check.
Silla's so great at both of those. +0. It was a natural 20, and then it was a 2. I'm not doing this quick.
It's not budging. That's a tough lock.
I'll waste another spell slot. God damn it.
Okay, heat metal. Think it pops up.
I have to cast that at 3rd level. This is support. It's support. It's fine.
Vox Machina indoors. You guys in locks.
Mm. Fuck. I just break it a little bit more.
Yeah, lock opens.
Okay. What the fuck's in there? Okay.
So, you see in there several piles of silver and copper and a couple gold pieces. You also see 3 jars of honey with pink checkered cloth.
I think Silla's just gonna take one
Okay.
and pocket it, and then there's nothing else in there. It's just the.
Just the money and the oh, there's a dagger as well.
Of course, there's a fucking dagger in there. Does the dagger seem weird? It's just a normal dagger.
Normal dagger, like looks very clean, unused. Looks
Like a
very
self-defense kind of
pristine
shotgun under the counter.
kind of thing. Yeah, that's the vibe you get.
So Silla's going to take out the jar. She's gonna pocket it, and then cast mending on the lock as she goes back.
You try to get your knife out of it first.
Yes, probably. I don't know. I'm assuming the heat metal just melted the rest
Yeah,
of the knife.
sure, okay.
I'm willing to lose it.
Yeah, you're down a dagger. That dagger's fucked.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't use it.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So you mend the lock. It's all good. All right, you get out clean.
I
Well,
hop
actually,
back in.
make
I
another
forgot.
stealth check on your way out. Is
Pass without a trace is an hour.
it's not
I believe.
concentration? Is it concentration?
Yes.
Is heat metal concentration?
Fuck, it is. Yes. Yeah, I lost it.
Okay, so you gotta make another stealth check unless you want to just like
I was
try
already
to-
behind the counter. Just casually.
To leave?
Just
Tell you what, I'll let you make a stealth check or a performance check to kind of like naturally walk it off like you were supposed to.
they're both 2.
All right, well, make a choice.
10.
10. Which were you choosing, stealth or performance?
Performance.
Okay.
Just yeah.
So you just nonchalantly hop off, like hop out from the stall, and just start walking towards the direction that you saw your friends head off in. Nobody seems to bother you or take any mind. They're kind of just focused
I
on their
am
own
the
stuff.
best rogue.
Like we said, we don't tend to ask too many questions in this town that we don't have the right to know.
It only
Guys-
took 2 second-level spell slots at one.
We need to send Paul that like 5-minute clip specifically. Like, we need you back.
Yeah, for
Don't
real.
let Scylla do rogue shit.
We
Please.
miss you, Paul. Okay, so doodly-doo, as we kind of fade back into to Darla, Yvain, and Belle sitting on the stump stool or bench, as kind of Darla's wiping her eyes, blowing her nose, and oh, I'm sorry. I'm okay. I'm all right.
It's all right. This may seem forward and odd, but do you want to leave town?
I don't know. No one else is left here that I'm really afraid of. I'm just afraid of the world now. I've got some friends here. Completely changed your accent. Sorry. I've got some friends here, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to leave or if I want to stay. I think I want to make that decision. Just not now. I'm not ready to make that decision yet.
That's fair. Well, either way, you're staying with someone else right now?
A friend.
Okay. When you've made that decision, make sure you go tell your mom.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else you need from me?
I mean, just the general, like, is there anything suspicious surrounding, but
No, I didn't notice anything. I didn't. No.
okay.
Did your father know
Every
the
question you guys ask, I'm gonna ask for an insight check now, just because you guys are asking questions and you should make them after every question.
Did your father know the doctor or Mayfanis?
The doctor. Yeah, he saw the doctor a few times.
Good insight, though.
He saw the
Reason I
doctor a
don't
few
make-
times. I mean, we all did. I did a few times. But I don't know if they had any kind of friendship. My dad didn't have too many friends. I'm not sure who the other the other person you're talking about is.
Oh, he stayed on Simeon's land in Nevada. That fella.
Oh, him. No. My dad didn't have any contact with him. Not him.
Yeah, I gotta try inside that.
Mm-hmm.
Fat 3.
Oh wow. Hey, natural 20.
Hey, okay, I'll give you that and something from earlier. She definitely saw something. She knows more about his death than she's letting on.
Oh, I assumed.
And shit, what was the last thing you said? What was the last thing we were talking about?
The sex trade guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. She definitely knows him or knows about him. She definitely knows about him. Like, she knows about him. You're not sure if like she's covering for her father or for something else, but She's definitely familiar with that guy.
You've seen him around there, right? You've talked to him.
I mean, I heard a lot about him and about what he was trying to do and what happened to him.
Honestly, in my opinion, piece of shit like that got what was coming to him, but
Yeah, we're not exactly mourning the loss of that one.
it's
Really,
just
only one we seem to be mourning is the doctor. That's
yeah,
just
that's what I
because
don't get. You know, the other, no offense to your dad, actually full offense, fuck it. But fuck him and fuck Mayfanis. But what's going on with the doctor? See, that's what I don't understand, Darla. How that connects.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know the doctor more than as a doctor. I mean, I went to her with a couple of cuts when I was a little kid and a cold. My dad had stomach issues and pain issues. He had a lot of pain issues. He was
You
always
know,
going back to have her pain, mostly in the
yeah,
end.
yeah. You know,
Um,
she's supposed to help people. I get that. You know, maybe nobody wanted to hurt her until she perhaps stumbled into something she wasn't supposed to.
I I don't know. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Referring to whatever happened to your father and Mayfanis.
She would have been the one doing any sort of studying of uh, them after their deaths, and would have been the one to have found some kind of connection if there was one, which clearly there was something going on there. And it could just be that she was a unfortunate side effect of whatever's happening.
You know, the same puffy red eyes. The exact same. That's not a coincidence. Darla, is it?
Are we trying to persuade or intimidate an answer?
Right now, she's going towards the intimidation.
Okay, so
I'm talking.
okay. Belle, if you'd like to make a persuasion check, you can. Yvain, go ahead and make an
Okay.
intimidation check.
I feel really bad for doing it, but oh wow, that didn't work. That backfired.
Okay, I don't know why it rolled twice. I got, what the fuck did I get? I got an
18.
18. There we go. It showed like 3 different rolls
It's
on my
okay.
screen for some reason.
So, she kind of looks weirdly at Yvain but looks to Belle and says, I didn't do anything. I had not
I wasn't saying you did
I
anything.
only I didn't do anything.
And who did?
I,
Darla, if you did it, I wouldn't tell anyone. I don't think you did,
it
but I think you
wasn't
know.
me. I
Then
didn't.
who?
I don't know.
I don't believe you.
Well, that's my answer.
Okay. Okay.
How many more people will die before this is over?
I don't know. I don't think. I. They were all. She.
Gee,
She protects us. She protected me. I can't.
I understand.
I don't. For whatever that's worth to whoever's paying attention.
Is it Linda?
Please. Please. She was just trying to protect me. She was trying to protect all of us. She loves us, and we love her. I don't know why. I don't know why else she would.
This might be a weird question to ask at this particular juncture, but she gave us some honey to like just have. If we eat that, are we going to like explode or something?
She breaks down into tears again.
Oh.
And it's at this point that Scylla walks up.
Hey, Scylla. How's the, whole?
I feel much
Intestinal-
better, thank you.
That's good.
I think I had some bad honey.
You just got to clear it out sometimes, and it. just
She
kinda-
looks up at you, terrified.
That's weird. I don't feel that bad.
What's her face for? Why is she doing that?
Like her face is drained of all color.
Hey, it's Linda.
That looks like Belbin when the buffet is empty.
It's such a hard time.
Scylla, it's Linda.
Oh yes, I thought we knew that. Yes?
Well, I
No?
mean,
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Please.
I mean, top of my list personally is to not get murdered. So
yeah.
That's a
mean-
good list.
I don't
I
think
need to
she...
stock up.
I don't...
Sweetie. It motives aside, these people weren't good people. Yes. But that is still putting something into the hands that you do not deserve to have. You don't get to make your own rules. I'm sorry.
Just... Please don't hurt her. Please.
I wasn't planning on hurting
No.
her.
We weren't going to.
I'm actually much more terrified of her hurting me now. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
honestly.
bit,
Yeah,
that one.
we're a little bit worried about that.
I'm just wondering, Darla, do you know what an accessory is?
No.
Scylla.
I mean...
It's when you help someone do something bad.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
And Scylla pulls the jar of honey at. You know, you run the booth.
I didn't know what those were. She just told me not to. She just told me not to touch them. She didn't
And
tell
then
me
when
what
you
they
sell
were.
them to someone mysteriously,
sold
the
them to
next day
anyone,
they
no.
die.
She did not tell me to sell them to anyone. She told me to never ever take them out of that lockbox.
I'm gonna try an inside again.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Please
19.
insight her.
Oh,
is-
you think?
Terror of all walls are down. She is like bold-faced honest right now.
So just to be clear, if I were to do something totally insane and I don't know, like put my finger in this jar of honey and then put it in my mouth, I would be fine.
I don't know.
Okay, sounds good.
Scylla, I think she's telling the truth.
It looks really.
I never touched those. I just
Smack.
put them. I just put them in the lockbox. I put them in the lockbox. I have not touched them since.
Are you always the one running the booth?
For the last about year, yeah.
Then how are they getting to the public?
I
Does anyone have access to that padlock besides you? Who else has a key?
Wait, Scylla, how did you get in?
It was. I don't want to talk about it.
But Farash is not here. How would you have gotten in the
I-
lock if you didn't have a key?
It was very traumatizing.
I heard a knock at my door the night my father died. And I heard voices downstairs that I tried not to listen to. I heard a short conversation, and then whoever it was left, and I went to sleep. And I woke up the next morning, and he was dead. And that's the whole truth.
A woman's voice, a man's voice, hard to tell.
A woman's voice.
Familiar?
Yes.
Was it like an agitated tone? Was she telling to like cut the shit or something bad's going to happen? Like,
It didn't get heated or loud. It was a short conversation. It sounded pleasant.
do you think
Well, my dad, well, he was never pleasant.
that song that she sings doesn't work on just bees?
No, I don't know. I've only ever heard her sing it at two
Like these
bees.
people did it to themselves.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she did. I don't know how she did it. I only know what she told me. She told me to just keep my head down, to not touch that honey, and to just keep going as far as I can.
I don't really want to say this, Darla, but that honey being in there and you having never touched it, but you also being the only one capable of opening that drawer kind of leads me to believe that she was hoping you would get blamed for this.
I
I hope that's not true, but
I
in
didn't
like
do
a
anything.
authority setting, that if those were the connections, then you have motive.
She wouldn't have had motive for the first one or the last one, really. She said she didn't
I
know
mean,
the first guy.
if you're getting blamed by a rookie cop who's never investigated murders like this before,
Jamie?
Don't worry.
I
She's
grew up with
currently kind of
Jamie.
she's busy dealing with fire
explosions, it's fine.
case. It's a whole thing.
Oh my god, what am I gonna do?
Darla, do you have any idea why she would have killed the doctor? Other than that, she was onto it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She just told me she was going to protect me. Like she protects all of us. That's all she said to me. I told her about what happened with Dad, and she told me she'd protect me. And then
Darla, we've got to go talk to Jamie together. Okay?
okay.
Okay.
And you need to be completely honest with her. Because I believe you. I think you truly didn't know what was happening, but the way that the books are lining up right now is not good. So
Please,
you need to be
please,
completely honest.
just promise me you won't let her. Just promise you won't let anything happen to her, please. I can't be responsible for her. She helped. She saved me. Please. He would have killed me. Please.
I would love to make that promise. I would. But I'm worried that when we do eventually have to go confront her, she is not going to come easily. I have no plans of hurting her currently, but if she's going to, I don't know, send a giant swarm of bees into my face, unfortunately, I don't think any of myself or my companions are just going to let her do that to us. I know, sweetie. I know it's hard.
She's just crying at this point.
Scylla will
Just
go
like
and start
quiet
rubbing her
tears.
back.
Just quiet tears. Just she's just like she's empty at this point. So what do you guys want to do?
Walk her over to the sheriff's station.
Okay. You guys walk your way over there. You head inside, and you see Sheriff Wainthrop, Sheriff Jamie. She is sitting at her desk, and sitting on the desk, on a pile of papers, kind of just looking through them very amiably, is an individual that looks somewhat like this. Kind of ambiguous gender, slender form, dark skin, kind of a squarish, really curly, throaty hair, thick eyebrows, a white kind of streak down the eye. Looks like some sort of tattoo. And they're kind of just legs crossed on the sitting on Jamie's desk, and Jamie has her head just kind of like this, looking over papers, and you see the other individual just chattering away at about a mile a minute, and he's like, and just going, I cannot believe you didn't let me know that they were in town. I mean, actual investigators, do you know how cool that shit is, Jamie? Come on, this is the coolest thing we could. And you see the individual kind of turn and, holy shit, is that them? And Jamie goes, yes, Jay, that's them. And you see this person hop down, extend their hand. Hi, Jermaine Dorson. Pleasure. I'm the deputy here in town.
Shake.
Hi, we heard a lot about you.
Yeah.
It's good to finally meet you.
Right. Well,
I'm going to need you to take your energy down at least 5 notches.
I mean, you want 20 to 15? That's fine. I can do 20 to 15.
I'm just saying we're about to talk about something not fun, and I need you not to be
Not
smiling.
fun. I will go sit in the corner and be quiet. And
Thank you.
they go sit in the corner and just kind of.
I'm gonna kill this kid.
Would you like to come and hear all about what it was like to be escaping from a burning building within an inch of your life?
Yes.
Great. Let's go do that. I have somewhere I want to go, and you can show me where it is anyway, while I tell you about it.
Cool. Yeah, I know every street in this town like the back of my hand. Let's go.
Amazing. Sounds good. Good luck.
Thank you, Belle.
And I will take Jay, and I want to go, just so I get this out there already, I want to go to Darla's house.
Darla's, like the Figs residence?
The Fig residence, where her mother is buried.
You would know, like the other two crime scenes, it would be locked up at this point. Do you want to ask for a key?
Don't need to go inside.
Okay.
That is where I am instructing Jay to take me as I begin
Cool.
to regale them with the tale of almost dying again.
Cool. As you're walking out, you see Jamie from you kind of like look over your shoulder, and Jamie mouths. As those two leave, she looks at the remaining three and just says, I love them so much, but sometimes they are a little much to handle. But how can I help you guys? Have we made any progress? What's the word?
Scylla will put the jar of honey onto the table.
And then I
Don't
will
touch
kind
that.
of
Were you guys at you guys went to see Grandma Linda. That's so sweet. Is this a new flavor she's coming up with?
Do not touch that.
Why? What's going on?
I kind of step aside and sort of motion to Darla behind me.
Oh, hey, Darla. And Darla kind of steps forward and, hi, Jamie.
completely honest.
Darla has
What's
something to tell you.
what's going on here? And over the next like 15 to 20 minutes, Darla eventually, after some coaxing from you two, gets out the full story to Jamie, who is sitting there agape, just jaw on the desk, just like, oh my gosh, oh, the gods above, oh, why? And Darla goes, I told her about Dad, about what happened with Mom, and she said she'd protect me like she's been protecting all of us. And then a day or so later, it happened. And that's when I realized that she must have been responsible for the other guy. And then the doctor, and I didn't know what to do. So I just kept my mouth shut. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Jamie. And Jamie kind of like goes and extends a hand to her and says, "It's all right, darling. Now I know you had nothing to do with this. We've known each other a long time. I understand. I know your family. I know what's been going on. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna figure this out. Why don't you go have a lie down on the cot in the cell? I'll leave the door open and unlocked for you, and we'll get you some water, and you just have a lie down for a little while. You look pretty tired. I'd like you to stay here though. You're not under arrest or anything. You're not in any trouble. We're not gonna be putting any of this on you. But I'd just like you to stay here for the time being, if that's all right with you. And Darla kind of nods, and Jamie goes, okay. And she leads her into the cell, kind of sets her down. And if you two wouldn't mind meeting me out back so we can further this
Sure.
conversation.
Follow her out back.
Yeah. Well, that is quite the revelation. Grandma Linda's been in this town for as long as I can remember, since I was born, since I was a child. I can't imagine. Was she really just trying to protect us? Protect us from what? Well,
I mean, Darla's father sounded like a real piece of shit.
I mean, obviously.
And then Mayfanis was trying to start a sex trafficking ring in
Real
town.
piece of shit.
The doctor I don't get.
Doctor. Maybe the doctor just
I
found
mean, if
out.
she was
Maybe the
selling drugs.
doctor was just going to make the connection. I don't know.
Or the Mithramos. It didn't seem like a lot of Mithramos though.
I still need to talk to Rick Fire about that, Mr. Silverbrace. Right.
If you want, we can. And we can be low key.
First things first. There's a murderer in our town, and we are going to go apprehend them, or at least go and have a conversation.
I'm just worried about the retaliation of that.
Yeah.
I think we might need to go to sleep first, at least. I have no spell slots left. I have first levels.
I am worried that she might try to retaliate with force. Like she controls bees.
I honestly think that she
Wasps.
might also be able to control people. Also, she could be that witch from like a decade. I have very high suspicions of that.
If we approach this, we need to be very careful. Hopefully, no one has caught on to the fact that we know.
All right, we need to make a plan.
Mhm.
How do we want to do this?
Well, we could give her a
All right.
We
chance.
give her the honey.
Here's what
we give her
All
the
right.
honey.
here's what we do. And at this point, you are seeing a change come over Jamie. You're seeing her shoulders kind of roll back, her spine is kind of straightened up, her eyes have a steel in them, and her jaw is set. And a change has kind of come over her voice as well. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get Pedagog Kasich, his son Demetrius. I'm gonna get Jermaine. You go get your boy Bill. I know you might need to rest, might want to rest before this, but I can't in good conscience go to sleep knowing there's a killer in my town. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this posse. We're going to let old man Simeon know we're heading through his, no, that's too forward. We're going to circle around, go through the forest. We're going to spread out 15 feet between each party, come in, encircle the cottage, and call forward to come out. We'll have bows drawn and weapons ready to fire. And we'll try to talk it out. And if she doesn't answer, then I'll go in. And I'll go in alone.
And if you do not come back out?
Then you burn that thing to the ground.
This seems kind of self-sacrificial, Jamie.
I've let 3 of my townsfolk die. I am ending this tonight. One way or another.
Is there any way we can convince you to not do it tonight?
I'm going with or without you.
I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. But we are the strongest people that are in this town, yes?
Well, then I'd love to have you at my back. But I'm going.
Wouldn't you like to have us at our most powerful? We just got blown up like 6 hours ago. I'm not sure that us running into it's not.
I just don't want to give her more time.
I know, but that also means running into a battle unprepared when we could be at our top. I know it's hard, Jimmy. I know. And I know that you feel guilty for all the people that have died, but it is truly not your fault. This took us a long time to figure out. And through a lot of coaxing and breaking and entering and stealing that you could not have done on your own. This is truly not your fault. But if you want us to help the best as we can, we need time to rest and time to come up with a plan. That is not, I will sacrifice myself, and then if I die, please kill her. That's not the plan.
She's right.
Make a persuasion check. Yvain, you can either give advantage or
In
roll
fact-
your own.
In fact, if we let her come to us, how often does she come to town?
She's comes to town maybe less and less in the last few years. Once every other
Could
week
you-
or so.
Possibly summon her here somehow? The bees thing is really scaring me.
I don't think going to her turf is smart, honestly. If we could get
There's
her
no
to
way
come
we
here.
could send a summons without sending someone to go get her. I mean, I could try going alone.
I don't
Do
think
not
it's
go
smart,
alone.
No.
I
Even
mean,
how is your persuasion check? Because mine sucked.
Huh. Hold on. I thought I was giving you advantage.
Oh, I can roll again if you want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh, much better. 18.
18. All right. All right. We'll wait till tomorrow.
Thank you.
I'm
And-
gonna do an insight check on Jamie to see if she is lying.
Okay.
$19.
Nah, she's listening. She'll
Okay.
listen.
Don't let Darla out of your sight.
I'll keep an eye on her.
Do you want us to stay here with you? We can.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. I'll have Jermaine. They'll stay with me.
Okay. We can meet back up here early morning. It will be
First
best
light.
if we're all. Yes.
Yes.
All right. First thing in the morning. Okay. You all break. Eventually, you all meet back up at your motel room. Belle, is there anything that you wanted to get done while you were out with Jermaine?
Yes. So I wanted to go to the Fig residence, specifically to behind the house to where her mother is buried.
Mhm.
Ask for a boost over the fence. Assuming there is one.
It's a very small kind of like it looks like, yeah, you ever seen the backyard in the middle of downtown, like of a like the backyard of an apartment complex?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yep. Boost over the fence. Is there a grave marker of some
Puppies.
sort?
There is what looks to be there's just like a wooden post in the ground there with some carvings on it with the name Desdemona Simmons, the date of birth and death, beloved mother, and
Cool.
that's it.
Cool. I'm going to take out a small piece of paper and write on it for a fresh start, whatever that may mean to you. Love your mom. Roll it up, put it in a little bag with 25 gold pieces in it. Make a very obvious little like mound at the base of the post and like pat it, and then come back up to the fence and raise my arms over my head, waiting to be
Gotcha, bud.
lifted.
Puppies.
And then start walking back and say, and when I tell you that platinum piece is super heated, bearing into your skin, hurts like the deepest motherfucker in the world.
Oh
as
my
we
god!
just like
It
wind
was
our way
really
back through town.
platinum.
Apparently,
That's
there were
insane.
hundreds of platinum pieces
Holy
rocketing
shit.
through the air.
I gotta go look around there now.
Good luck. Most of it's gone.
All right. So you eventually make your way back to the motel. Is there anything you guys would like to get done or any conversations you'd like to have before bed?
So did you already arrest her and all that? Is that taken care of now, or?
No,
Oh,
we
fuck.
we managed to convince Jamie that we needed time to rest if we were gonna, try and apprehend her. Hey, do we want to?
Rest or arrest her or what?
No, do we want to arrest Grandma Linda?
I mean, no. But like,
She can't just keep doing this.
here's the predicament we have found ourselves in as I see it now. Either Grandma Linda or Jamie is gonna have a problem with us,
True.
or both of them. So let's stick with options A or B. Because either we say, no, Jamie, we're not going to go help you. And then Jamie's like, well, these pieces of shit. Or we go, hey, Grandma, you can't go around murdering people. You got to come, down to the pokey with us. And she goes, hey, fuck you. And then we swallow bees for the rest of our lives, our very short lives, mind you.
Swallow
I think
bees.
we may have already chosen sides.
I know, just the moral dilemma that I'm facing is like, we fucking killed Jackie because Jackie was trying to kill us. Is it not kind of the same thing? Like, Darla's father was, beating the shit out of them.
I mean, I guess it's similar, but being attacked randomly on a road is kind of different than plotted murder.
Hmm.
But I don't think there's any way to peacefully resolve this, unfortunately. She has chosen her path. And she also could be that witch. I'm just pointing it out. She could be the witch of the woods. And I'm
Listen,
very
at this point,
scared of
I'm
her.
fairly confident about that one. She was very vague about the whole, oh, I picked it up when I was traveling kind of thing, about when I asked her about when she got that symbol and started using it. Also, she looks like she's about a bajillion years old, which is just like the most endearing part about her, quite honestly. But like at the same time,
But I mean, if
And that made
we
fairness.
continue to let her do this, what else does she think she can get away with that is okay? Anyone who pisses her off?
Do you think she'd do that?
I honestly think she could be capable of anything. Like, killing someone in self-defense is like, oh my god, this person's going to stab me in the face, and if I do not stop them, I am going to die. But this is getting into other people's not that I'm saying that Darla doesn't deserve to be protected by someone, but this is saying that I am going to make a plan and potentially have mind controlled people to kill themselves. I think she could be capable of anything at that point. This is premeditated. It's different than self-defense. Not that I'm saying these people don't deserve to be protected. I honestly, if I had found out that that's what's happening, I would go kill Darla's dad too. But this is, and it's a continued pattern.
She's not going to come quietly.
I know.
she's not going to come quietly. And honestly, if this confrontation happens, the only way I believe that Jamie makes it out alive is if Grandma Linda is either behind bars or dead. Because if she's looking to help protect the people that she cares about, presumably one of them is her. And even if we're like, hey, Jamie, Grandma's doing a whole lot for the town here with like pollination and like keeping local economy and everything like that. And yeah, it's definitely bad to just like off people, but maybe we should like cut her some kind of deal so that she can continue to do her work because it's very good for this place. If the deal gets cut, what's going to stop her from, feeding Jamie bees or having Boulder Dash walk through her house while she's asleep or something like that? That's another thing I'm very scared of. For the record, I want it to be said right now.
Is there a
She has
way
a
we could
giant
like
rock
break
monster.
that? Could we like
I mean,
carve out the symbol? Let them go crazy again?
I don't know that an unhinged rock monster is better than a rock monster that's fighting us anyway.
You could fight a bunch of bees for us. Maybe he's so helpful to us. I think, but it's weird though because clearly he was in the path to stop us from coming into town. And I don't know if that was to protect other people or to be like, do not come near my master. She is doing her master plans.
I don't know. I mean, Wendy seemed to move him all right. She was just like, hey, buddy, we gotta get out of here. And he was like, ooh, and walked away.
I don't know. I think it's going to come down to a fight. I don't think
Absolutely.
Jamie is going to. I don't think Jamie's going to cut the deal. Did you see the look in her eyes? Honestly, I'm kind of proud of her, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think she's going to do anything. Besides, be like, please stop murdering people, and she'd be like, no, And she'll be like, okay, come with me. And then she'll be like, no. And then
No
And then
matter
we end up with
what
bees.
happens tomorrow, we ought to take watch tonight.
could eat.
Right. Before we do that, like before we decide to like nestle in and all that, do we need to send word that we have figured out who's killing people? And then the cavalry can decide what they want to do with that information at this juncture. We'll have to go forward with whatever we're doing anyway, but like,
Which cavalry?
I don't know. We got sent to figure out who was killing people and also to retrieve research that we forgot about until it was burned to a crisp. So like,
We're good investigators.
1 for 2 here. I want to make sure we don't fuck up both of them.
Sure, we can tell Adrian what's going on.
I mean,
How?
we don't have to. I was just throwing it out there as a possibility. of,
She holds up the sending stone.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Honestly,
mean,
I had
it's
forgotten about it
worth
too,
a
but I was
shot.
flipping back through to find the deputy's name and I saw it in my list of stuff.
We might as well ask how they want us to proceed. I don't really think we should listen to him if he's like, oh, just leave it alone. But
I mean,
You know.
we have bumblefucked our way into the direct center of this disaster that's going on right now. One way or another, we have to deal with it. But
I mean,
I
we can
feel
ask
like-
him for like an anti-bee spell. Maybe they know something.
right. I just don't want to do something that would piss off the people who are paying us, like who have us on payroll, who have a lot of deeply personal information about us, it seems. More specifically
true.
that second one as opposed to the first one. In case, you know, we're like, hey, it's Grandma Linda, and they're like, oh, she's a sleeper agent for us and is there to root out bad guys or something.
I mean, it's worth a shot at least.
It's making a pretty big leap in assumption that they are not bad guys that we're working for, but
Well, Ben, you're good at talking to people. Do you want to talk to him?
not at all.
Me?
Scylla!
Did I just lose nose goes?
There's a reason my mouth is
Fine.
full when I'm around them.
Give me. How does the spell work again? I am not a cleric.
Oh no,
Uh,
you just hold it and then you think of the person you're trying to contact and then you just talk.
Were you holding it while you explained it?
She's handing it to you now. Here you go.
It's a butt dial. Okay, I guess. Do I have like a word limit or something?
I actually don't know.
That seems fake.
Is it sending? So it's 25 words.
It is a sending stone,
Stone.
but I don't know anything about magic, so
So, sending stones. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it just lets you cast sending to the other one.
It's like a once a day thing. Like, can we respond?
No, I think it's
Be
one
like,
time per
Yeah.
day.
You
It's a
punch
once a
ass
day.
bitch.
You send a short message of 25 words or less.
There we go. She'll think of.
Would we know that we need to be concise?
Yes.
Tilly, you're gonna do
Would-
great.
Okay.
You're gonna do
Okay.
fantastic.
I can count. Here you go.
Found murderer. It is old bee lady is helping local economy, but murderer. How to proceed?
Is that the full message?
That's all I got.
Silly, you've got more words. You could just throw shit in there if you want to.
Poopy
Are you
papa,
pooping?
poopy caca, pee pee poo poo. How are you doing today?
You pooping?
Okay. There's a short pause, and then a response. Excellent to hear. Well done. Follow the lead of local law enforcement. Report back when job is finished. Via sending stone. Again, really good job.
He said good job twice.
Oh, he must really mean it then.
And yeah, he said to follow local law enforcement. We gotta fight an old lady.
I really
don't-
like Jamie,
It's
but I
like-
feel like I have to say it. Fuck the cops. Like, they're always trying to shit on people's parade. Like, just, I really like Jamie.
I would usually agree with that. And, we did not get off on a good foot. Like,
No, but she
ACAB, but, like,
forgave us
also-
for apparently trying to break in, even though that doesn't sound like something we would do.
I'm
no,
not
you would
gonna-
never do that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm very conflicted because, like, if I were Linda, man, I get why she did it.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
totally.
Absolutely understandable. Honestly, kind of tempting to just like not deal with it, but like let it play out the way it will. But I know that'll just end up with Jamie being
Jamie's
left in the
gonna
woods
die.
somewhere. Yeah.
And I can't let that happen.
Yeah. But we can agree that like we can't, the part of Jamie's plan that you all told me about where she wants to go in by herself, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, no.
Great.
No, it's
Yeah,
very
cool.
stupid.
Cool.
Honestly, I'm a little worried she just might be like going there tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
I kind of like sussed her out and gave her like a hard stare. And I think I got her not to do anything stupid.
Okay.
It's just kind of, it's one of those morally gray situations. But also, it seems like this woman has been alive for a very long time and could have done questionable things in the past.
Oh, 100%.
Probably.
So, like, even if she's helping this town, like, who's to say that they could just get another druid that knows how to talk to fucking bees?
Oh, fun idea. Just to see what the fuck would happen. What if we take one of our good jars, hopefully good jars of honey, we replace the top with the pink one, and we just like let me wander in there like scooping out of the jar and be like, hey, we really like this one, do you have any more of this that I could have, as I'm like shoveling it into my fucking face, and just see what happens.
That's a good distraction. If she'll like admit it, like
If she'll like panic and like start doing all kinds of crazy shit,
or
then
she'll just be
there's-
like, oh, that's too bad.
oh, the small man dies. Yeah, that could be a bummer too. But then we'd like have a solid like moral line to fall on.
Actually, Belle, this is a fucking awesome plan. I love this.
I'm so good at plans. Everybody knows that I'm so good at plans. Obviously.
Yeah, we could say I came back to learn the bee song.
Yeah.
It
And
doesn't have to
then-
be me. I'm just saying like someone. I just ate most.
I'm just
of
giving
the
a
food that
reason
she
for
gave.
all of us to be there
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of you
yeah,
just
yeah,
going
yeah.
in and then getting murdered.
No,
I do
this is-
appreciate that.
No, we got something here. Yes, I like this.
I
Well,
don't know how well
As
Jamie's
the
gonna go for it.
night wanes on and planning continues, all three of you finally awake for the late night talks. The moons rise above Taldori and Exandria and Flatborough, and that is where we will close our session for the night.
Yeah, Belvin got included in a late night talk.
He's not too full or drunk to be awake.
You guys,
Not one of the really deep ones, but he
you
was
guys
there.
have potentially solved this whole thing.
Heavy potential.
Heavy
potential.
Not for sure.
Well, you haven't gotten a confession yet.
I think Belvin's stupid plan is gonna get us a confession. I'm not gonna lie. If she freaks out, then that's the confession. She knows.
Oh man,
I just don't understand why she would keep the jars in the lockbox and then never touch them, unless she was dead ass trying to blame Deborah.
Maybe she just wanted
Deborah.
them close by, like in a centralized location where she can just go get them before going to somebody's house.
Also,
don't
she
know.
hired Darla like a year ago. She has keys from the last like 85 before that.
That's true. I don't
Well,
know, this whole
guys.
woman. I'm really scared of this fight that we're about to go in. I'm really scared. I'm gonna fix my whole entire spell sheet.
I love that you
I'm
guys
gonna
are just.
change all my
I love that you
spells.
guys are just like, well, it's gonna go bad. Like,
No. I think
There's-
that if my dumbass plan works, we can show that she is only targeting like bad people. And while that's
People.
not good, like there's the line there, and Jamie might like
Oh,
not try and
man.
stab her in the face immediately.
you
I'm
guys.
still gonna get some fire spells to fight some bugs.
I just love how you guys are just like, no, this is gonna go fucking bad.
That's because we don't have good plans. We have dumb plans that work sometimes. They're the
I think
best kind,
Bell
but-
should get on top of the building and stick his head through a hole and just
Hello?
cast Mind Whip.
Oh no! Not again! Triggered! God, I'm having Vietnam flashbacks. Oh no.
Still, it turns into a bee.
Oh god.
Till it infiltrates the ranks of bees, and over the next 3 weeks, she works her way up.
I wonder if I
Oh
could
my
get. I wonder if I could spy at her just by being a bee.
You might
When I
be
get mind
able to.
controlled.
Oh my.
Fucking morally gray ass plot smack. Oh my god, I'm so conflicted right now. Ah,
It's
I love
funny.
it, though.
I'm not. I want to fight this grandma.
You
I wanna
want to
fight the
fight her?
I want to fight the
wanna
grandma
fight-
because I think it's going to be rad as hell. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like, I don't want to fight the grandma because I think that we should leave Batman just like off in his cave and let him do his thing.
God, I don't
Yeah.
like.
Alex wants to fight Batman. Scylla is.
Right. Yeah. Ben wants to fight Batman.
It would be really cool, but like also, holy shit, I think this could go so bad.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
kill
we'd
Be
so
in her
many
lair.
townspeople.
She, like
if
the bees
if the
are gonna have a
townspeople
lair
come with,
action.
they're
Like,
just gonna be a bad time.
oh, they're gonna die immediately. They're just normal people. They're like Fig's dad. They got
They're,
3
they're
hit
exactly
points.
like fucking Fig's dad. He's just a guy.
Just some people are just guys.
Oh boy. Well, guess we'll have to wait till next time. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording here. So everyone, say bye to YouTube.
That YouTube.
Bye.
YouTube.